So at some point in the tantric path, you will come to some of those deep questions and really begin to deconstruct the construction we built up here. But you need a basis to deconstruct. Do you see what I mean? You need.
Yeah, and I know in the teaching, like, it's a way to teach, and it also functions too.
It helps you work. Yeah.
And you know, I mean, this.
But you are absolutely true.
My brain and my human form, this is the only way I could really see it and understand it. But there's this kind of weird gray area that's like really kind of, wow.
Well, no, it's true of all the investigation. You know, like where do you stop, when do you start? What's your arm and what's not your arm? At what point does it, you know, whenever you investigate anything, you know, can you see the top of my head and the bottom of my head at the same time? And then when you divide the top of it, whatever it is you investigate in the physical, out there, self-existent way, like we're explaining karma, you come to this problem, you know, you come to this barrier. Abiding in that problem, stepping into that problem, is where you get insights. And this is, we were chatting about how Buddhism, this one in particular, because it's so detailed, so many lists of lists, will constantly place you in a place of cognitive dissonance, where you have to hold these two things that are impossible together. And in that space, in between, if you've got a practice of meditation and you're not afraid of stepping in, etc., you can step into everything. You can see the fabric behind the fabric. So what you're saying, which I think is beautiful, but not until we finish this course, no, is the emptiness of karma, you know? The fact that there is no self-existent nature, but that could, somebody that's untrained, that could jump somebody into nihilism, saying, oh, nothing matters then, I can do absolutely anything. And that's not true either. The fact that we suffer comes from something, the fact that we have bliss comes from something. Yeah, so very quickly, in 15 minutes, we'll do the second half of the 6th class without debate. No. We'll do all of this class. Here we go. Are you ready? In the last of the 6th class, we have the analysis of the glass. If you've done it before, help me out. If you didn't, struggle with the concept. Okay? Geshe Michael, my holy teacher, would hold up a pen and say, what is this? And you're supposed to say, it's a pen. And I'm saying, if a dog walked in here and observed the same object, and I said to all the dog heads, what's this? They would say, it's a chew toy or a stick. Yep. And at that time where you're looking at this thing and the dog is looking at this thing, you know it's a pen, the dog's wrong. Right? No, why not?
Because
see, I tried to trick you, didn't I? Yeah.
Because it's all perceptions.
Okay, so
it's not a pen for someone else, higher than us.
Perfect, lovely. So nice. We got a live wire. Good. So a dog comes in here. It's not like they choose not to perceive a pen. They do not see the thing we see. They experience this object as a complete different reality to us. In the same room that we perceive it only as a pen. Try not to think of it as a pen, try not to think of it as a pen, try not to think of it as a pen. You're forced to see it as a pen. We've learned it pen, it's pen for us. I'll put it down and all the dogs, sorry, at that time, is it a pen?
Yes.
Is it a chew toy?
Yes.
Yes. The humans walk out of the room, the dogs walk out of the room, the object is placed here. At that time, what is the object? A pen or a chew toy?
Neither.
Neither. Why not?
There's no perceivers.
Because there's no perceivers. But is there something?
Yeah.
What is it?
Something.
Of what?
Having
so it's available, right?
potential. It's a potential.
It's a potential, right? Perfect. Lovely. So let's now, using that idea, there's a glass of liquid, and from the Wheel of Life teachings we know the three lower realms consist of animals,
Ghosts.
ghosts, and hell beings, or
The dead.
hell beings,
Ghosts
hell beings, beings in hell, in hell, in hell, hell, chocolate, chocolate. So imagine a human looking at the glass of liquid. Imagine a ghost looking at the glass of liquid, and let's pick a godly realm, something above our consciousness, observing with a much purer sense of being, observing the glass of liquid. The human would see it as a glass of water, and it tastes like water, and it's got all the qualities of water, like pen has all the qualities of pen. The hungry ghost would experience that liquid as blood and pus and disgusting, not nourishing, not lovely, not clean.
Why?
Hmm?
Why?
It's the nature of the ghost realm, because they are lower karma, blood stories.
They can never be satisfied.
Yeah. And the deva or the godly realm would experience that as ambrosia, nectar, beautiful, way better than water, right?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. There's a problem with that perception, and you have to investigate why is it possible for a dog to perceive a stick and us a pen at the same time. Where does it come from?
Their karma.
So each being brings upon the blankness of the object a karma, right? Yes?
And sees it as they are forced to see it.
As they are forced to see, I must experience it as water. The ghost must perceive it as yucky pus, and the godly must perceive it as that. So there's three beings looking at it, and they're all touching the glass at the same time. At that time, what is it?
All three.
Can one thing be all three at the same time?
Yeah.
How?
Three different perceptions.
No, the thing doesn't change.
Thank
Our
you.
perception
So what's the
doesn't
thing
change.
in this case?
The thing is the thing.
It's
Right.
a liquid. Let's call it a liquid. Yeah?
It's empty.
Okay, good. Its nature, it's empty. Yeah? It's actually full because it's a glass, but it's a story.
So it's everything.
Yeah. But you must come to a problem that the mind only school and the Prasangikas have some division around this, and you got to think about it. I find it troubling, okay, but I'll share it with you. At the point where the three beings are observing this object, they are all having a valid perception. Yeah, it's water, it's pus, it's ambrosia. How can it be so? Using the idea of the seed, principal cause and result. Yeah? So you have a principal cause, the seed, you have contributing factors, water, earth, air, etc., producing a tree. So how does the production of water, production of pus, production of, if that's a truth, a reality for each of us, how is that produced? Out of the same thing. What is the principal cause? For blood, for pus, for water, for ambrosia. What's the principal cause? What's the seed that flopped over onto tree? What's the stuff in that thing that flopped over into water or flopped over into pus? What?
Subjectiveness.
State of mind, movement.
Like you don't see a full picture. It's like with an elephant. Some see.
You see some that, no? According to Prasangikas, I'll share with you because I'm doing quick. The principal cause, the physical thing that flopped over, because mind can't produce physical. The physical thing that flopped over into water or pus or something is liquid. Yeah, it's not hard. It's the liquid that flopped over, so the principal cause for that is liquid. The contributing factor is
The perceiver.
the perceiver's karma. That works. Yeah?
Say that again?
The principal cause, like physical, from last course, You can't have something mental creating something physical, and you can't have something physical creating something mental. So what the hell produced water for me and blood for them? It's not my karma. It's impossible to have mind. Karma is mind. Have karma create a physical object. So this is a problem, right? So what was the physical stuff? What was the primary cause? What was the seed that flopped over into a tree? The principal cause, the Nirlangikyu, that turned into blood or turned into pus or water? Liquid. Yeah.
Where did the liquid come from?
Good. Who's
Yeah.
perceiving liquid, right? So you could say that the three separate perceivers share liquid as a concept. Yeah? Good. So
The shares
liquid-
of karma.
Is liquid in this case an opposite of a solid, or is liquid?
liquid has a nature. No, good. There's a whole in the Abhidharma Kosha. There's a whole analysis of what the hell is liquid. It's wet and flowing. Yeah. So there's like it's wet and flowing.
But then again, for a ghost that doesn't have the material sort of thickness, liquid must be something hard.
Well, if he's
and
not
for us
looking-
it's something.
No. Liquid for them is thing. They just can't get it. It's just revolting liquid. Yeah. But the liquid for them turns into blood and pus because of the water, earth, etc., the secondary causes, the conditions necessary to ripen a karma are your perceptions forced upon you by your karma. So I bring the human karmas rolling into the room, and the physicality of liquid turns to water. Principal cause, liquid. Secondary causes, my karma produces water for my visual cortex, produces the karmas of the hungry ghost, the secondary causes, causes and conditions. The conditions of the karma of a hungry ghost who has scarcity and this and that force the production of his perception of that as not water, not ambrosia. And the same for the goodness or the beautiful clean seeds of a deity upon the liquid, principal cause liquid, secondary conditions, their karma produce. Yeah? That's hard because now we have to say that the principal cause of liquid must have three parts when there's three people there.
But you're just debating. You're debating motivating and motivated karma. Essentially, you're saying that like causes like, and that if you're motivating karma causes more motivating karma, it can't cause motivated. Your mind can't create something physical.
Oh, I see. No, that's lovely.
Why do you think that?
No, because I just made that argument about the principal cause and condition that mind can't produce physicality and physicality can't produce mind. What about the perception of you moving your arm?
It's like that
can
goes into
mind?
mind only school. You're saying it is real because
There is, because
I
you're
see.
experiencing it that way. Let's leave it for now. It's a really good debate. Let's continue it separate. Just, do you get the dilemma of that? Yeah? But do you get at the basic level that you could have three things being perceived? That's the analysis of the
It's the
glass.
screen. Your liquid is the screen that's. in this
The
case,
empty
it's
screen
the empty screen.
that your secondary causes are. But there's a big debate about it, and you have to think about this. If you're going to go deeper and deeper into understanding these causes, you have to come to a point where you are confused, where you are pulling it apart so much, because in that analysis, in that not knowing, what's your motivation? What happens to your mind when you don't know? You want to know. You search for meaning.
Or it shuts down.
Or it shuts down. No, don't shut it down. Don't shut it down. 3 minutes. Do you mind if I go over 5 more minutes? You do mind?
No.
Okay, just check.
No, I do mind. Sorry.
Is it not pus? Is it not water?
Or human?
It's both. It's all.
It's all.
Yeah. So for the ghost, it's as it is water for us. It's not like it doesn't exist just because we have a prejudice of water. I want to make that clear.
Is it only 3?
If there's 4 beings, it could be 4. If 2 beings are here, it's only 2. If no beings are here, it's potential.
Is it generally referred to as one of 3? Is it most commonly referred to as one of 3 perceptions?
No.
That's just the example you're
That's just the example I'm using. If you look at the wheel of life, okay, so how many perceptions are in this room?
More than 5.
Yeah, exactly. And we're all human, apparently. Yeah, according to, yeah. So we share a whole bunch of things, but still, each perception is separate. You're all having slightly different flavors within the human spectrum of experience. The Wheel of Life teaching that Geshe Michael just finished teaching is that after the Buddha went through his whole realization and he started teaching, he said in this realm, the desire realm, in samsara, in the form and formless realm, the 3 layers of realms on this planet, there's 6 types of beings, 5 or 6 types of beings, 5 or 6 types of perceptions that are forced on beings, on minds on this planet. One of them is human, one of them is animal. They're the only 2 we can verify. They're complete different realities as we experience with the pen. It's not like we share the reality. There's some things we share with them, like hungry ghost, deva realm, and humans share the idea of liquid, wet and flowing. But the perception of that wet and flowing is very different based on their own karmas. Buddha's saying there's 6 or 5 or 6 of those. The godly realms and demigods, it's 2 or 1. Human, animal, ghost, and hell. All of them experiences as real as this one. The devas, the gods, are in 3 of the realms. The desire realm, which is us and everyone else. The form realm, which is some gods and some pleasure beings who have a slight the form is different to ours, it's more subtle. And the formless realm where it's mostly mind. Yeah, people that have meditated or been focused are pure mind. We'll talk more about that in another course. In this 2 minutes, I really didn't think that was going to happen. I'm going to share with you all that stuff really quickly, but we'll cover it again next week. The first one talks about black karma. There's 3 types of karma, or 4 types of karma. There's black karma, there's white karma, there's black and white karma, and there's neither black and white karma. Neither. Okay? Neither. Yeah. So there's black karma because its essence is black and its result is black, meaning the essence means the mental function, the you that's perceiving it has some ignorance in there. There's some, it makes it dark, it makes it not correct. So it's because it's in a suffering mind, its essence is black. And its result is black, meaning it will produce suffering. So remember we talked about very brief flavors of positive, negative karma and neutral. This is another slide, a little deeper of the types of karmas. Another slice, a different way to explain that same concept.
Does black include positive, negative, neutral?
No, it's another way of saying negative karma, but it's going a little bit deeper. It's explaining that its essence is black and its result is black.
Okay.
It's only experienced in the desire realm. I'll cover it better next week in the review. But just know that there are karmas that are black. We can plant them on this realm because we have a suffering mind and a suffering body, and most of our karmas, if you do something with evil intent, you will get something, experience something in return, much bigger and broader, with the same dark intent. So that's called a black karma, because it causes you suffering. Its essence is black, meaning the thing planting it, your mind stream, is already imbued with ignorance. It's a suffering mind. So its essence is black. Its result is black. Yeah? The next one, white karmas, refers to any virtuous karma not in our realm, only in the form realm.
What?
White karma. This has got big implications about what we think we've been doing all this time. This course is really the crunch of whether you're going to practice anything or not. White karmas cannot be planted in the desire realm, you and I, whilst we're here. White karmas can only be planted in the form realm and formless realm.
Form realm?
Form realm. There's 3 realms of existence within samsara. The desire realm, where animals, humans, gods, etc., all the things in the wheel of life exist, anything caught by samsara. When you go into very deep states of meditation or subtle states of meditation, when you begin to go into subtle states of mind and somebody can poke you and you don't feel them, you are probably entering one of the 4 layers of the form realm. Your mind is not connected to this form. You've left this realm. Yeah?
So it's
And
like
if you've been,
formless.
and then, if you do that enough, you can get to fine levels of the formless realm, beyond the form realm. So they
you
call
have
it
to go from the desire realm, or can you bypass this?
the form realm.
If you pay enough money.
My understanding is that it's a gradual thing. Yeah. The realms, form and formless, I'm happy to cover it next week. I also don't want to keep you over. Is that there's some causal effects and some resulting effects. So the more you meditate in the form realm, the more likely you are to be born in a form realm. So you could become a god in the form realm if you spend a lot of time meditating. It will produce the ripening result and the habit of and the environment of. So you can bypass the whole thing and next life be born as a deva, as a god in the form or formless realm if you spend so much time meditating there. Why? Because you've not done any bad karmas, because you're sitting meditating most of the time, you spend most of the time in there, you've habituated your mind in there, etc.
This is how the Buddha pearl, like, round things appear that connect him with the astral body.
I don't know. I don't
Sorry.
know. No, that's okay. No, don't know that. You can only plant karmas in that mind, in that form realm. That form realm, very important thing to understand. You only get to if you practice meditation on a regular basis. You really remove yourself from this desire realm and enter that form realm if you're consistently entering into states of deeper and deeper meditation. That is the only place you can platform to seeing emptiness directly, having a visceral experience of all things. That's the only place you could do that is if your mind was in the form realm. It's the only place you can plant white karmas because they are pure. Their essence is pure and their result is pure. Meaning there's no gross suffering involved. You're not connected to your gross physical body. Does that make some sense?
But can you still exist on the gross physical level or the samsara?
Not while you're there. I mean, it's all samsara. Form, formless,
Within
and
samsara.
it's all samsara.
Is the white karma almost just wise? I guess wise karma, if that makes sense. Wiseness, wisdom.
No, that's something else. This is a pleasurable result. Its essence is white because the planting, the essence of it, is in a realm that has no suffering. Yeah? The result is pleasurable. So it's just clean, good. The next one, white and black karmas, mixed karmas, is number 3, karnak deka. We're up to there. Yeah. The result is white, is pleasurable, but the essence, the planting, is black because you have ignorance while we're planting it. So it must always give you a mixed result. You want to find out why things don't work? It's because mostly all we have black and white karmas. Even the nicest virtue we do while we're trying to be nice to someone or whatever has some mixture of self-existent in it. You think you're going to get something from out there, from doing these things. It's exactly what you were talking about. The idea of, I think I'm going to do this. So there's some invested self-existence, understanding, ignorance, whilst you're planting a goodness. Therefore, the result is mutated. It's a black and white karma. Mostly we do that.
Meaning it's still somewhat about you instead of wholly about the other person. Or wholly about the other being.
Or you think so? some other
No,
forces.
even if you think wholly about the other being, if you think the nature of the other being comes from the other being, it's still black and white karma.
But when you start meditating, it's black and white, right?
If
And how does it become white?
Karma's,
The essence of
Yeah, yeah,
meditation
yeah,
then
yeah,
is
yeah.
black and white, no?
if you're meditating in the desire realm, yeah. If you get to subtle and more subtle levels of meditation and you enter the form realm, I don't know if you've ever had the experience where people have come up to you and said, hey, I poked you while you were meditating and you didn't budge. And you go, oh, really? I had no conception of it. And they're like, yeah, we waited for like half an hour. I'm like, oh, really? You're not here. Yeah?
But then the seed of that was black and white, no?
No. Oh, the seed of that or the result of that?
The seed of that. If you started a meditation in this
If you sat down in this realm and
yeah, you
meditated,
sat down to meditate.
your
The seed was
plant,
black and white.
the seed you'll begin to plant is black and white. Yeah. Any movement of the mind, any action you do in the form realm is just white.
You're saying the seed that you planted to experience that
Yeah.
was black and white. The seed. So you're experiencing.
Yeah. Some black and white now.
Yeah.
I must be. A mixture of white and black. Go on.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Get the idea quickly, play with it in your heads, and next week we'll debate it in more detail. Yeah? Okay, I'm supposed to have everybody out here at 9:30, which I'm not.
Anyone mind?
Uh,
Does anyone mind just staying a little longer?
Ask the computer.
Okay, that's good.
no, we'll do. The unstained karma, which is sakme kile, doesn't have a white or black result and functions to remove black karma. That fourth type, the unstained karma, doesn't have a ripening result. It is like the direct perception of emptiness. It's not a it doesn't have the ripening part of the result. How's that? We'll leave it at that. So I've given you now the 4 types of black and white karmas. The thing that I'll cover next week, I won't cover it just now, is that there are also, maybe I will, there's a karmic path, something that makes a karma extremely potent. Geshe Michael covered that at the teachings, and that's Leilam is path of karma. She is, so that we're here, she is, remember, object, basis, the basis. So if you have 4 of these steps as you're doing a karma, if you recognize that these 4 steps are there, if you do them consciously, the karma gets more potent. We also talked about another division of karma which says if you do it towards a high object, a very important thing, if you do it with lots of emotion, if you watch yourself finish it, that creates a karma that could ripen in this lifetime. You put that together with this and your karma becomes extremely powerful. So let me quickly cover she is basis, the object to which you're doing something. So let's take the karma of killing, yeah, out of the 10 non-virtues. So you see someone you want to kill, yeah, and that person is the object, is the she, yeah, is the basis on which you're going to plant your karma. If that object is a very special person, the karma is you're bound to get it this lifetime, according to this theory. Yeah. Then Sampa, which has 3 sections underneath, there you go, good, which is Dushe, Nyongmong, and Kung Long, is the identification. All the thinking that you have to do the act, all the thinking that you need to do the killing.
Is it the motivation too?
It includes the motivation, but it's more than the motivation. I'll cover what those the 3 things are. The dushe is before your motivation is right, you've got to have the right identification. So the first thing is identification. Is this the right person I'm going to kill? Yeah, I hate my boss, I'm going to kill my boss. The boss becomes the basis. In the thinking part, you go, is that my boss or is that someone else? Right? So you're in the alleyway, it's dark, you have some sense that it's your boss. Yeah? The next part is you must have some nyomo, which is some ignorance. It's the same word as klesha. You must have some of the three poisons in your mind, some misunderstanding about the world for it to be a karma that will ripen. And then you must have some kind of negative thought. And then you must have the intention, which accounts for about 90% of the karma, the depth of intention, which is to harm or stop that life or something like that. So that's your sampa. Yeah? So the first, you have the basis. Here's an object to which I'm going to do some harm. Then you've done some mental thinking. Is this the right object? You're overrun with anger or hatred or something to do with the three poisons, and you have the motivation, the deep motivation to harm. Then you undertake the deed, which is jorwa. So you actually see yourself stabbing them or something like that. And the karma is not complete. It doesn't become a strong karma until you actually observe and identify that the person has passed away. So maybe you hurt somebody, you tried to kill somebody, they went to the hospital, 6 months later they died. At that point, this has become a great karma in your storehouse of consciousness. Does that make sense? If it's missing any of these components, it's not a great karma. It's still a karma, okay? But it's not a powerful karma. I've used a negative example. It is important for you to identify that if you do these 4 steps, and if you do it perfectly, and if you do it clearly, with wisdom, you could create a magnificent karma that shifts your entire world from a suffering world to a perfect world. You could, if you understand that creating a karma that produces results in this lifetime involves certain things, and then you understand that a karma produced with these 4 steps very clearly and premeditated will produce a great result, then those 2 combined could result in you, if you know exactly what to do the karma towards and what the karma is. If it's about wisdom and searching for how to solve the issues of your world, and you make sure that you complete the deed, that you observe the deed, and especially if you rejoice around it at the end, you will get a result. So I'm going to leave it there for now because I'm 15 minutes.
What is Lelam? You're starting with Shi and there's Lelam there. What is Lelam?
Leila means path of karma. Le is karma, Lam is path. So this is what we cover. This is a path of karma. Okay? A karmic path of karmic action. I apologize for going over. I'll do better next week. Thank you for your interest. Let's dedicate and give this away. That will create a karma. The more you give wisdom, the more you get wisdom. So, Poki Jushin Metok Tram Rira Ling Shi Ninde Impadi Sangha Chindu Mite Guargi Drokun Namda Shinla Chupar Show Hidam Guru Ratnamandala Kamyatayani Nigokun Sunam Yeshe Tsok Chin Sunam Yeshe Junwei Rampa Kuni Topar Show. Just imagine if you got any insight or any hope of insight, that it lands upon every being that you perceive as needing understanding of their world, anybody suffering, anybody wanting away from hurt, moving towards wisdom. Imagine it landing upon them and getting some insight about how their world works. And just be happy that they've got it. Thank you for coming. Geshe Tashi Dorje, for those of you that know him, amazing Lama who spent many years of his life chanting as the lead chant master for the Dalai Lama, he's holding as the Dalai, is coming into town tomorrow.
Yeah, tell me.
And someone's going to teach them English twice a week, apparently. Yeah?
Let's do it. Whoever wants to join.
So Sarah, I actually might have some people that want to join. Sarah's going to teach Geshe Tashi Dorje English. Geshe Tashi Dorje is this amazing preacher that's coming for 6 months, I think.
Oh, yes.
So if you teach him English, if you improve his English, you free him up from having to deal with interpreters who might not understand the Dharma. You are giving him the power to get his concepts into the English language and therefore directly transmit his knowledge and wisdom to millions of people for all time to come. Like, it's an amazing thing. So please teach him well.
Yeah. No, I used to teach English in France for a year and a half, and I work teaching languages now to kids. So, but I have so many ideas, so I'm excited to teach him, and then if there are other people who want to too, we can talk about things to do.
Are you going to do it with the ukulele?
Yeah, yeah, we'll do music, but
Yeah, so
yeah.
I messaged him. I think he's staying in Queens. I don't know where you live, and we can organise whatever fits your schedule and his schedule. And the more you teach him, the better it is for us long term. Even if it'll be slow for us to get him to teach us at the beginning with translators, etc., the more English he learns, the quicker, the freer he will be in the world later on, which is just amazing. It's like an incredible thing.
And he's so lovely.
He's-
really-
Has he
I
any
love
English?
him. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
He
okay,
does.
I'm so
we're not
happy.
starting with nothing.
He's really lovely, and then we'll get him to do. We'll ask him if he would please teach here a couple of times on any other topics, or even teach us chanting or anything like that. I'm so happy, he says. Long life. I'm so happy. Long life, Geshe Dorje. Yeah. Okay. So you all met him. You didn't meet him? No, you met him.
We
Of
were at
course,
his house.
you met him. Yeah. We went to his house in the mountain. My God. Yeah. Please, look out for him. Yeah. And I hope you find the connection to Desan. See you next week if you're coming. You can have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Totally. Yeah, let's do it. Why don't I just give you a phone number and let's talk about